Hey, thanks for watching. I'm Joe, and I'm going to show you my method for modeling and adding wear and tear to hard surface objects. Alright, so first thing we want to do is add a cube. Let's add a cube here. Move this up to the top, and then add a bevel modifier real quick, and set the segments to 1, and set the profile all the way up to 1, or segments to 2 and profile to 1. And adding the profile to 1 will get rid of the curving of the bevel modifier and keep us with our base cube. But if we look at this in wireframe, we have these. It's still adding the extra segments. So we're basically adding holding edges in this way. And what I also like to do is, instead of using the limit method none or angle, I like to use weight. And if we go into edit mode, in order for this to work, we have to weight the edges so we can select which edges we want to be smooth, instead of just all of them being smooth, or them being smooth based on an angle. And the way we add the weight to it is in the transform panel on the side. And if you don't see this, just hit N and it will show up. In the transform panel, right here, the edge data, it's at the top. You set the bevel weight to 1, and you see we have those extra edges showing up. And I want everything to be beveled, so I'm going to select everything and up it all to 1. And if we go back to solid view and add our subdivision surface and add a few more subdivisions to it, we add smooth as well. We get the smooth subdivided edges like we want, but nothing's actually changed. It's all done through modifiers. So we still have our base cube, nothing's been added. We don't have to add loop cuts or anything like that. It's all done through modifiers. So since we got this, we can just do whatever we want with this now. So let's inset a face and extrude it out, and then add edges, or bevel the edges rather, and you'll get this artifacting sometimes, and that's because it's the subdivision surface modifier is trying to stretch this around this way. So all you have to do is take these edges and add them to the weight as well, and you get the nice smooth edges that you want. So this is the method I use whenever I'm doing my hard surface modeling, and it's just because whenever I'm done with the model, I can then take it or duplicate it, get rid of all of the modifiers, and I have a low poly version of the object I made already good to go in order to add a normal map or whatever onto it. So let's make a kit bash object real quick, and all of this was done using the same way I made the cube. Alright, let's duplicate this and move it to another layer, and it's also good to make another duplicate in case you ever need to change anything later, but I'm going to use this for a low poly version. Now I need to add some loop cuts, because if we don't, the multi-resolution modifier won't have enough geometry in the open flat spaces in order to get the level of detail that we're going to want. So adding these loop cuts adds another section of subdivision for the multi-resolution modifier, and that allows us to get finer detail on the open areas. Alright, now that we've got our object the way we want it, we need to apply the mirror and the bevel, but get rid of the subsurf. Add a multi-resolution modifier, give it a 1 subdivision to clean it up a little bit, and then go into sculpt mode and add a few more subdivides. And what this is doing is this is only applying this level of subdivision to the sculpt and the render modes, but preview mode means in object mode it will be low poly so it doesn't slow down your viewport. And a brush I like to use, first we need to do is get rid of symmetry. And a brush that I like to use is scrape peaks for edges to make them look like they've been hit or dinged by something. And you can, this is a pretty easy way to give like a really worn out piece of metal look to the edges. Another brush I like to use is the grab brush, and you can use this to make quick dents anywhere you want. You can also use the inflate deflate for the same effect. Deflate will make dents for you, and inflate will make bulges, obviously. But this allows you to make, weird shaped dents instead of just with the grab brush. It's only going to give you that circular shape. Another technique I like to use is I like to use the inflate deflate brush, the clay strips brush, or the crease brush to flatten or remove a bunch of material and make a big crack in the surface, or like a place where like a chip of metal has been like knocked out of it. Then using the flatten and the smooth brush, smooth out the edges, and then go in with the pinch magnify to really make that inside crease really hard. But I think that's about it. If you like this video or you found it helpful, please consider giving me a like. It would be really cool. If you have any questions or just want to say anything, please leave me a comment and I'll try to answer any questions. But yeah, thanks for watching, and see you later.